Yeah, right. Uh, I'm just taking a walk for a couple of miles. You need to can't be in the house all this time sitting down watching YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things happening, but unfortunately, people. It's a lockdown now. So well, it's been for a while now, and it's having a dramatic effect in the way society, people, families, businesses, companies, everything really, the whole spectrum of society has come to a halt. Yeah, and it's all because of you could call it a lack of planning, vision, political foresight. Uh, because it's the world. I mean, you can't blame one group or another because they're always not looking. Like we had all these warnings and everything. This leaked document and this person giving like, oh right, I knew this and I know that, but there's no political accountability now. Everybody is like, there was a time, if there was a miscommunication, we would have an inquiry and things would settle thereafter. But now you have people, I mean, saying whatever they like, yeah, and yeah, I don't know. Some people they look, oh God, yeah. It's, I don't know what's happening because these people, like, they're coming up on the internet and saying things like, oh, we gotta, we can't do lockdown any longer. But if this virus, if it's, you can't control these things. You're supposed to, okay. They're doing it in America. Some places they're opening again slowly. But if it takes, if you come back again, right, in the same community, then how are you going to cope with this? You hospital beds and medicine and ventilators, and it's like, it's like everybody in the world that want a taxi in one day. Yeah, there's over 7 billion people thereabout. If everybody wants a taxi right now, will there be enough taxis, enough drivers? No. So the health system, the health system around the world. Well, even the developed countries. They can't cope because you don't have thousands and tens of thousands of waiting bed and nurses. So just in case you can have an emergency every 10, 15 years. It doesn't happen. Unlike people, governments, nations, they have armed forces, yeah, but that's to defend your territory and border and sovereignty and from invasion and whatever, yeah. No, but that takes a considerable chunk of people, the gross domestic product of many countries, yeah. And so basically, I really, when if you have a, if that takes considerable amount of resources, this nation state, then there's none left, for other contingencies, like people. It's just amazing, how our priorities misplaced. Just look at it, yeah. We're going on and on about masks, oh, somebody bought it and somebody took it away, and this jurisdiction and that jurisdiction, and it's like, what is going on here, right? Just because you see, because you have access to information, and you can judge for yourself what's happening, yeah. So you don't know who to trust to do things, yeah. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. Politicians, yeah, they're in it for themselves, right there. You just got to look at them, right? Yeah. They just like, I'm amazed, how people can twist their mind to the point where it's only for themselves, nothing else about society, community, people. tax breaks for corporations. I mean, that's what I mean. Uh, yeah. I mean, you just amazing, and all this system, right? Uh, I mean, the system, financial system, and all this borrowing money, printing money right now. Somehow those money has to be paid, and God knows, I mean, the situation is now it's worse than many times over than the Great Depression of the 1930s. I mean, that took I mean, in them days, a lot of vast parts of the world was under colonial rule. I mean, India, China was semi-occupied or extraterritoriality. It's the Ramadan season. We're all fasting, I'm no different, but second day is, the extraterritoriality, meaning, it's a semi-colonial, situation in China. So basically, in a nutshell, these nations and I mean everywhere right now, they couldn't organize their own society, government in a way they could be productive, really, I mean, if you have colonial overlords, I mean, these idiots, well, hindsight is wonderful. I mean, you can see idiot now, In them days, they were the people with their reins of power, right, And so I really think, because, and even now that we have all these new nations and everything like that, for so long now, right now, last 75 years or so, 75, 80 years, since after the World War, and Second World War, and people coming in, new nations coming up and all that, But I feel that, I mean, a lot of it, the resources, was wasted, I mean, it's an open and shut book, really, I mean, healthcare, universal basic income, I mean, and all this offshore companies, they have money parked, they're not doing anything, they're not producing anything, so they're hoarding the money, and they have a situation whereby you have I mean, you have vast sums of wealth, money, parked out offshore, trillions of dollars, and yet people don't have enough money to pay their bills, I mean, so the money is going upwards right now, It's a trickle-down economy, So, and people sometimes they have they can't. I mean, one individual, what can they do? They can come up on the internet. I mean, see America, the left wing, has been sidetracked, again, 2016, by those MAGA hat people, I'm not going to say anything else, and now again, because it's like all of them, right, it's like there's been some kind of cabal, they and suddenly they're gone, and the left, I mean, well, the left is the minimum wage, $15 minimum wage, universal health care. It's logical right now, I mean, these things, I mean, your human mind tells you, if you go to when you need medical treatment and medical assistance, if you think of making profit out of your suffering, right, then obviously things that you need, medicine, equipment, expertise, hospital, facilities, clinics, they just cost money, right? They just cost too much money, so, and it shouldn't really cost you that much money, because a stethoscope, whatever it costs, $30, $50, $100, if you charge them $10,000 for it, so like recently, I mean, I've seen on eBay right now, disinfectant today, they cost £30. You can buy them shops here in Leicester, 2 for a pound, but on eBay they're selling it for £30, and people are buying it. You just, I said, oh, hold on, what's going on here? I'm just thinking, because I mean, this happens so many times, yeah. All these, sudden jolt to the system right now. I mean, when I say jolt, I mean, I don't mean that in a, it's a tiny jolt. I mean, it's like the uh, Krakatoa, the volcano in Indonesia, the Sunanda Straits, yeah, revisited. Heaven forbid that happens again right now. Yeah, but this is the equivalent of financial and societal and economical equivalent of a Krakatoa. Yeah. No, it's in the 1880s right now. Yeah, or in that time, right, the former Dutch colonies, right, the East Indies right now. Yeah, I think it's in the 1880s. Yeah. I'm sure it is there. Yeah. It's in those times right now. Yeah, and it can be felt here in Leicester. All those faraway places like yeah, in the Pacific, right? And it could be felt here in Leicester, yeah. The debris, yeah. So just the similar kind of thing, right? Yeah. But in terms of societal, economical, cultural, you name it, yeah, just complete meltdown. Yeah. So what do you do? I mean, if you're a graduate and you can't apply for a job, you can't go for an interview. I mean, your list of your worries is an interview. The most important thing is to look after yourself right now, not get, change your habits and stay home right now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these things, I mean, a lot of it is, I don't want to sound pessimistic. We brought down ourselves, yeah, about the world government, yeah. The priority is misplaced. I mean, food security. I mean, that's the first thing you need to think of, yeah. And all these long queues and all that. I mean, you have automation. You can just press a button, right, yeah, and you can get grains. Yeah. When technology is there, I mean, these things. If you plan these things right now, yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound. I don't think I'll sound too, like comical right now, but it's not comical about it. Like a machine, you press button and you get all these vending machines. Like you can have a commercial industrial scale right now, yeah, as a reserve, right, yeah, and you can replenish them every 12 months, yeah, and you can use. And there's so many things, in an emergency situation, like yeah. Like in back in the day, right now, you had the air raid shelter in Britain during the Second World War. So you build them to protect your civilians, your population, right now. Yeah. So you can have all these things right now. And this this enormous wealth of this, I mean, like agriculture. There's so much food about right now, but yet look at it. Yeah, it's the way we organize ourselves right now. Yeah, there's no need, but these governments right now, yeah. I mean, there was the back in the day right now, yeah. You had the European Butter Mountain, yeah. So all the dairy agricultural produce, yeah, they were subsidized by the European Union right now, yeah. And who suffered right now, yeah, is the poor developing countries, third world countries. Right? So you can't compete, with, yeah. So if your agriculture is taken away or become non-competitive, then how do you survive? So they congregate towards cities and towns, and these so they have large cities, yeah, all over the world. Right? It's because in the countries there's nothing left, yeah, the traditional method of living, yeah. So there is a need. So people come to cities, so they need to live in a place, they need to survive, right now. So. And people are exploited mercilessly, like these big companies right now, yeah. And this is it, you see, yeah. And all these things, yeah. It's because you see, you gotta achieve, yeah. You gotta achieve, yes, but look, how do we get here, right? Yeah. Simple logic tells you that if you live in the countryside, right now, yeah, you can produce your own your food, your vegetables, your basic staples, but nobody wants. I mean, it's because the way we like all this, like media you have right now, where you can't be living in the countryside, or this, that, but this is it. It's there's ways of living right now, yeah. And now, now what? Now what? I mean, there's nothing to laugh about. I mean, I'm not laughing, but I'm just saying, like, I mean. I mean, I just like. I mean, so I'm using this software. Watch one the YouTube video about how to become a vlogger. I mean, how to become a vlogger. Yeah. So I mean, I have my camera stands and all that, but I always live. I mean, I know things. I should have bought one, before, but I didn't think of becoming a vlogger right now. But this lockdown tells you can. There's many ways you can come out of your shell, yeah, and say, look, yeah, I need to do something, it's constructive here right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a gimbal, because it's got facial recognition, and you can do vlogging, right? Yeah, because when you hold a camera, because I try to take videos, right? Yeah, but obviously you get the wrong angles and all that, yeah, and facial recognition and that's artificial intelligence right there. But the gimbal, it's software, yeah. It does a lot of the things for you right now. So you need to have the right shot and all that, yeah. And plus, the whole world, I mean, everything that you do. I mean, I'm trying to live I was training for the marathon right now, yeah. But with this lockdown, I mean, But of course, I'm doing my. We're in the Ramadan now, so it's the first few days, right? Yeah, maybe 2, 3 days, 4 days, to get the body to used to, the fasting, yeah, and so I can't drink water. So I think it's a good idea to jog in the evening, during the day, because if you can't drink water, and I wouldn't. And some people do it right now, but I wouldn't risk it right now. Yeah, with this climate now, I mean. Because once you get excited, you do miles and miles and miles, yeah, and then you don't know where to stop. And if you don't drink water, then, so I'd rather not, yeah, because right now, you see, yeah. But so come next week, I'll start jogging, yeah, but that'll be in the evening, after the iftar, right? Yeah, so say about about midnight, yeah, midnight, yeah. Before Sahari right now, yeah. So you can jog, locally. There's lots place to jog here and stuff, and so you go carry on, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, but that's one thing. But I'm just like because I mean I've got a lot to say, but it's because this gimbal thing. You might as well the gimbal holding you. Not really, but I think it just helps to. I mean, if you want to say something, you can't just say, like, you don't know what you're saying, and I know what I'm saying, but you can't spend too long at doing it, yeah, because then if you want to put it online and get some kind of life going online for you right now, yeah, because everything's online, nobody says hello to you anymore, nobody meets, on Saturday afternoon right now, yeah, but everybody's for themselves right now, so you have to organize yourself in that way right now. So yeah, so there you are. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'll close now. Yes.